Are these statues?
No. These are people.
Ugh.
They were probably followers of the god of salt.
How did they become this way?
What in the world is hidden deep in this ruin?
Ah!
Look at this! It's filled.
Just looks like a fancy salt hole.
According to my knowledge, it's no ordinary vessel. Although it is only half full.
What? You're saying that even if I pour the salt out, the amount—
Exactly.
Able to produce endless salt. The god—
Finally, after all that effort, I've found pressure. I just need to pour the endless salt into 1,000 or 10,000 bags.
Hey! How can you use a relic of the god of—
If Mr. Clement wants this salt chalice, then the next object we find will belong—
Of course, as we agreed. But how can—
Since we have a contract,
Then let's move on, shall—
Solidified!
rain outlines your fate. Snatched!
This is order. Cool it. Rise. Just a simple ruler.
This, if I remember correctly,
Indeed. But the god of salt imbued it with another power. When you stick this ruler in the ground, the surrounding area will become covered. The deeper it is stuck in the ground, the more salt will appear.
What? That's even better than the salt.
Well then, according to our contract, the salt ruler goes to Miss Wanyan.
No, unacceptable. I paid for and organized this entire expedition, and this girl has been useless. Why would she get—
Oh boy, here we go again.
So you are saying you want to break—
So what if I break it? Now that I've seen how the mechanisms— and let's not forget who hired who here. Why should—
Because you agreed to a contract. Rex Lapis once said, "Ones who break their contracts shall suffer the wrath of the rock."
That is one of your Liyue gods.
Will suffer the wrath.
Stabilize.
Quake!
let's light it up!
Dodge this.
Gather!
I will have order. I shall confiscate your treasure as well. You are not worthy to continue any further.
Oh, darn you!
Some archaeological survey. He could only pretend for so long. Hey, Paimon likes Mora, but Paimon doesn't do bad things.
Clement's wrongdoing stemmed from greed, yes. But besides greed, there are many other things that may tempt us to break contracts. When people see the object of their dreams, how many are really able to control their desire and follow the contract? I think we should be honest
Huh?
that in truth, not a single member of this—
Why do you say that?
Miss, you lack even the most basic archaeological knowledge, and can recognize naught but a few simple relics. You aren't interested in archaeology or relics. What you're really interested in is the god of salt. I believe those legends about the god of salt that you mentioned on the Pearl Galley are passed down between generations at Yinyuan Hall.
Okay, that's enough. Sir, you are indeed a man of great knowledge and talent. You're right. I'm not a scholar of archaeology. Our ancestors were those protected by the god of salt all those years ago, when the Archon War.
Oh, right! Now that you mention...
During the war, Morax assassinated our god out of envy for her power. We hate him! But this is... So I seek proof of Morax's guilt. We agreed to a contract that we will face the truth head on, didn't we, Mr. Zhongli?
Naturally, of course. But I must add, Liu is no longer Morax's Liu. Come with me.
Crumble! Solidify!
Everybody stand back!
Freeze!
Witness the power of Gurwa. Huh? Rain outlines your... Sketch!
Gather! Order guide you! What's the hurry? Oh, so sorry.
Let me weave you a verse.
Dodge this! Stabilize!
This is... Aha! It's a broken sword! This is proof! This proves that the power of this sword surely is much greater than that of the salt. If we can repair the sword, then we can
Two pieces of a broken sword. From an archaeological perspective, these are...
Why? We were alternating claims to treasure, true.
Yes, but the only one object per claim clause still holds true. You cannot take two relics at the same time.
Zhongli, she seems like a good person.
When there's a contract, nothing can be allowed to slide. If the
No! If I only take one half, then it can't be repaired! And no matter what, I must be faithful to her, even if it breaks the contract. I don't...
So you are already decided?
Zhongli!
That is to say, you consign yourself to
That's okay. The god of salt gave up her... Punish me however you want. Just let me take this proof of my faith.
No, you can't hit her!
Perhaps that punishment would be easier for... As punishment.
Huh? The truth.
Yes. The truth that I am about to tell you shall be your price to pay for breaking the contract. I'm afraid to say that the god of salt, Havria, was not the powerful god you imagine her to be. Rather, she was a small and weak god who yielded to all other gods. When it came to war, she lost, never able to win a seat among the seven.
What?
During the Archon War, the gods of this world used all their strength and cunning to vie for control of Tevat. But Havria instead chose to flee. She thought that by giving up before a fight could start. However, during such a long war, there is no end to the advances of aggressors. After making countless concessions, Havria lost all of her lands.
No. No!
In her last days, she had not even a single blade to defend her people with.
Not even a single blade?
This sword is not a relic belonging to the god of salt, but is instead the murder weapon used to kill her.
Murder weapon? No! That's not true. That can't be true.
As I said before, I only state the facts.
Preposterous! You are a fool.
Hey! Hey! Come back!
Indeed. Otherwise, why would I use the truth as punishment? I did not want to tell her such cruel facts. But let's follow her deeper into the ruin. There, I fear, we will find something that will leave her no choice but to face the truth.
Are these statue thingies running? What will we find ahead?
Salt. And betrayal.
What are all these? What did they see? What?
Since you do not trust me, let us continue onward. That which lies beyond this door. This is the scene of the crime. Havria's body dissipated, leaving nothing but these traces of salt. The story continues that some among her people realized at last that this gentle, kind, but weak god could never protect anyone in wartime. The Archon War was cruel in the extreme. Instead of consigning her to the agony of defeat, they thought perhaps it would be better to give her a quick release.
But what about...
No matter how weak the god, the power that flows forth when they are slain is beyond the strength of mortal coils to bear. Those who could not flee were thus transformed. Those of her people who were untouched by this disaster left for Liyue, where they sought refuge with Rex Lapis. Their descendants feared Havria's remnants and lived in terror that she had laid upon them an eternal curse. So they risked their lives to come here, to break the sword and offer up obeisances in hopes that her anger might be appeased. But they need not have done so. For how could a god who had never once resisted, even till the end, nurse hatred for her people in her heart?
This must be a lie. Don't you dare try to...
Yikes. Zhongli didn't show any mercy this...
This is the price she must pay. Yet I would not call it a bad thing. Judging by how she appeared, I fear that she will struggle for a time. But even... No, indeed. How sharp of you. Yet this is not a matter of wisdom. Only age. Faith in a god who has already passed will do you no good. So it is for Havria. And so it is for Morax also. All right then. Now, would you like to accompany me in taking a trip to Guyonstone?
Huh?
Treading old ground, telling old stories. One cannot help but be reminded of old acquaintance.
Adventure time!
Now, I mentioned before, the Adepti have presently handed Liyue over to mortals, and Havria's time was even further in the past. The Salt Chalice and Salt Ruler that she left behind should not return to Liyue. To leave them here is to let them slumber. And it is also a homecoming. I ended an era with my own two hands. I've always wondered how I should. History records, but history may be changed. This incident proved that. I need to find a better way of recording history in order to engrave its truth. Stone carvings were one such ancient method.
Zhongli.
Therefore, I thought of you, You are one who crosses the Celestial Atlas. As long as a traveler like you is able to record what happened, then a backup of sorts will exist for times and tides of Teyvat. Now then, it is time that we consigned both. As I said before, this is the place to which the remnants of many bygone gods are consigned. This includes us. Thousands of years ago, the Adepti and I fought against the turmoil that plagued every corner of this land. Guyan Stone Forest, where I sealed many gods with my spears. After so long, naught but folk tales remain. Oh, Sile, you and I were foes, but our ancient grudge is but a bygone memory now. May that which Havria has left behind be yours to subsume. And thus another spark of divinity departs from Liyue. My legacy shall now be left to those who come after to debate.